Okay. نعم نمشي. بسم الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة
وعليكم
الله.
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
All right, so we start tonight's lesson again, inshallah. Where we'll be looking at the lesson 4. Yes, we are on lesson 4, so we move on. There was a question we asked, and I'm gonna let's see whether we can try to answer the question based on what we've learned so far. Based on what we've learned so far. So yeah, so we have Lar. Can someone read the question? The question I just highlighted right now. Okay, let's go back to.
So, can I try?
Yes, please. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I think it's do fi farogi fima yedi aroful jarri munasiba.
Yeah, حرفا جر مناسبا. Yeah, basically the question is حرف جر مناسبا. What is مناسبا? What
Like
is
condition of
yeah. Yeah, let's try. Harf, basically you can take it from حرف جر. Okay, what's the relationship between harf and jarrin? And what is not the relationship with this munasiban? Again, we have talked about
the
yeah.
relationship between harfu and jarri is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi.
Yes, mudaf ilayh, but basically harfa here. Why does harfa has a fatha?
exactly. It's taking
Because
fat.
I think it's an in accusative case due to the verb. I think this yali is verb, it's a verb something.
Yeah, it is in accusative case, right? Do you all agree to that? Mansub. Yeah, sorry. Okay, maf'ulun bihi. Is it maf'ulun bihi? And what's the condition? What's the case? You know, if it is in accusative case, what do we call it in Arabic? Mansub, right?
Yes.
And if it is the lawful case, what do we say it is?
مفعول
Marfu is nominative case.
Yes. So basically, in the class, I sent an assignment asking us to identify which one is accusative, which one is nominative, which one is genitive. That is, which one is mansub, which one is marfu, and which one is majrur. So if we have done it, definitely we will know what this is all about. Harfa, why is it taking fatha? Yeah, we need, certain answers. Like we have to be sure of what you're saying if you want to answer the question. Yeah. So what is harfa there? Why is it having the fatha?
Because it's mansub.
Yeah, someone says it's mansub. Mr. Rufa, I think you were answering the question. I don't know whether Mr. Rufa, but someone was saying something similar. Someone said accusative, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, Sister Aziza, right? What was the name of our sister who said this mansub now?
Shifa.
Mr. Shifa. Okay, so you said it's mansub. Okay, why is it mansub? We should have some backing.
Because it's taking fatha. The last
Because it's taking fatha. Yeah, it's taking fatha, so it's mansub. And according to our brother too, it is accusative. So mansub. And why is it mansub? Why is it accusative? Is either accusative or mansub? Accusative in English terminology and mansub in Arabic terminology. So basically, yali is a verb. But it's not because of yali, actually. It is because of these verb. ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي حرف جر مناسبا. Place in the empty space in in the following empty space. Okay, حرف جر, a حرف جر, all of these are حرف جر. I think we've talked about that, right? حرف جر, particle of جر. Have we talked about that in class? حرف جر.
Yeah.
So,
No.
this is what we have there. So you put the appropriate حرف جر in the space, in the empty space. مناسبا. So now we are good. حرف is mansub because it is مرفوع به, and مفعول به is an object of ضار. حرف is an object of ضار. ضار is a verb, place or put, while حرف is its object, that is its مفعول به. It's what? مفعول به. All right, so is that taken, right?
No.
Now, having understood that, now what is the relationship between harf and jarrin here?
مضاف ومضاف إليه.
Yes, مضاف مضاف إليه. Yeah, مضاف and مضاف إليه. So basically, which one is مضاف and which one is مضاف إليه?
حرف is مضاف وجر is مضاف إليه.
Harf is مضاف and jar is مضاف إليه. بارك الله فيك. Now, what is now مناسبا? What is مناسبا and why is it taken? I think we've talked about adjective. Have we talked about an adjective so far in our lessons? I guess yes, we've talked about a not sifa mawsuf. We talk about sifa mawsuf, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we have talked about that, definitely we should know. And I think we'll talk about the sifa. We'll talk about the sifa of mudaf and mudaf and ilayh. The adjective of mudaf and mudaf and ilayh. We'll talk about that. So if you
Yes.
still remember that, you should know that should help you to answer this question. Munasiban.
So the munasiba is sifa for harfa. Since the harfa is taking fatha, so the sifa too will take what this thing take. So maybe that's why it take fatha.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good response. But do we have any contrary opinion? I mean,
No, that's correct.
that's correct. Okay. However, munasiban is nakra, right? So if the adjective is nakra,
Oh,
if the noun is nakra, the adjective should be nakra. If the noun is, so do we now say harfa here is nakra in that case?
no.
Okay. So what is it? We'll talk about mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. I think this is what we started our second lesson with, the second, stage of our lesson. We started that with, while we were listening, before our examination, before our test, when we finished the beginner class, there was a question we posted. I actually deliberately asked a question, something like this. So, and I said, what is if harf, jarrin is nakra and harf is mudaf for jarrin. So jarrin is nakra. If we say, according to what we used to know, that if you have a mudaf ilayhi that is ma'rifa, automatically your mudaf is also a ma'rifa. Do you remember all of that?
No.
For example, if we say kitabul walad, okay, kitab. If we say kitab al walad, if we say kitab al walad, so al-walad here is mudaf ilayhi, al-walad is ma'rifa, automatically
No.
kitab is also ma'rifa, right?
Yes.
So and I asked the question back then, kitabu waladin. If we say kitabu waladin, so do we now agree that kitab is also ma'rifa, is also nakra, because waladin is not.
No.
That question came up. So we said,
No.
yeah, what was the answer we gave then?
No, it can't be nakra. It will be
It's always ma'rifa.
Yes, someone is saying something.
It will be
Mr. Rufai, yes.
if the marifa is a nakra, the mudaf.
Yeah, you said
It's not
the
nakra.
mudaf, yeah.
It's called mukhassas. That is a reserved or specified noun.
Right now, barakallah fik, thank you. So we say the mudaf is not directly called a nakra. We said it's called mukhassas, right? Thank you. However, even so, it is not called a nakra, it's called mukhassas. It still is behaving. It's still going to behave like a nakra. Do you understand that? So it's just that a name we call it. We don't call it a nakra directly, but it's still going to behave like a nakra. And that is why munasiban, which is the adjective of harf, is actually a nakra. Do you get that? So the munasiban is an adjective of harf. And thanks to our sister, I think that was sister, I forgot the name again, right? So she said munasiban is an adjective of harf, and munasiban is a nakra, is having mansub, and that's why we have to, since we said that when your adjective of mudaf or mudaf ilayhi must in all ramification be similar to it. Is that right? So, and then in that aspect, she said munasiban is an adjective of harfa, which is why it is also having a fatha, and that is actually correct. So harfa here, we just don't call it a nakra, we call it mukhassas. But in the real sense, it is behaving. It behaves like a what? Like a nakra. But by meaning, it's not a nakra in the totality of it. By meaning, if you understand what I mean, by meaning, it's not totally a nakra. So it's mukhassas, it's specified. However, it behaves like a nakra in the sense that when you have an adjective attached to it, your adjective must be a nakra. Do you understand that? So that's why we have حرف جر حرف جر مناسبا. So if you remove the jar, you're definitely going to say harfa what? Harfan munasiban. So that's the way to know whether you are right or wrong. So if you remove the idafa, so you're going to have harfan munasiban. Harfan a munasiban. So that gives us the hint that munasiban is actually the adjective of harfa, understanding the fact that it is mansub is okay. So, barakallahu fikum. So I think we all understand. Is there anyone who doesn't understand this explanation? Yeah, do we have anyone who doesn't understand? Yes, please. Let's say something. Yeah. We are not responding, please. We need to know that, yes, we all got it right. Please, our silence is saying that maybe we don't understand. Please, do we understand? Okay, okay.
No. Yeah, leave them.
Okay, I think the background noise is, please, let's try to mute if we need to communicate, please. Please, thank you so much. Now, let's move on now. So I think if we all understand this, so we know what we're doing now. Now, let's do what the instruction asks us to. Can someone read the instruction again? ضع في الفراغ.
ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي حرف جر مناسبا.
حرف جر مناسبا. Okay, so the instruction says put, okay, the appropriate حرف جر in the option in a space, blank space we have right here. Okay, right now who's gonna do? Let's start from there. Let's start. Who's gonna do that?
Okay. Al-Kitab al-Maktab.
Yes,
That's number.
الكتاب على المكتب. Okay, good. الكتاب على المكتب.
الطالب في الفصل.
الطالب في الفصل. Yes, الطالب في الفصل. نعم, that's correct. Let's move on. نمشي.
ذهب أحمد إلى الجامعة.
Yeah, ذهب حامد إلى
Oh,
الجامعة. ذهب حامد إلى الجامعة.
خرج المدير خرج المدير من المدرسة.
Yeah, خرج المدير من المدرسة. نعم.
ذهب محمد إلى الصين.
نعم.
ذهب محمد إلى الصين.
Yeah, ذهب محمد إلى الصين. ذهب محمد إلى الصين, right? And من اليابان. Is that correct? ذهب أحمد إلى الصين من اليابان. Okay, so Ahmed, went to China from Japan. Okay, so let's have these. فيه بعض الكلمات الجديدة. Okay, الكلمات الجديدة. So why do we have الكلمات الجديدة and not الكلمات الجديدات or الجدد? Why? I mean, the question is, why is الجديدة not a plural?
because
Is الكلمات is plural.
al-kalimat is an irrational an irrational noun.
Yes,
Broken.
it's an irrational noun.
Yeah.
Broken, it's a plural of غير عاقل. It's an irrational noun.
And all irrational nouns, broken plurals, are treated as singular feminine.
Barakallah fiqh. Yeah, that's it. And that's why we have al-jadida, not al-judad or al-judud or al-ajidda. Okay, so the broken plural should be, of jadida is al-judud or al-judad or al-ajidda, whichever one. So yeah, let's move on. Who's gonna read? Al-madrasa, who's gonna read? Let's find someone reading, these new words. Yeah.
المدرسة.
المدرسة.
الفصل.
الفصل. نعم.
الحمام.
الحمام.
المرحاض.
المرحاض.
المطبخ.
يا المطبخ.
الغرفة.
الغرفة.
الجامعة.
السوق.
السوق.
اليابان.
الصين.
Yes, الصين. ما شاء الله.
الهند.
الهند.
المدير.
Yeah, المدير. What about this one? الفلبين, right?
الفلبين.
Yeah, الفلبين, and that's Philippine, right? Yeah. So
المدير.
الفلبينز. المدير. Yeah.
ذهب.
ذهب.
خرج.
خرج. ما شاء الله. So the حروف الجدة we have some of them. Anyways, these are some of them. So في على من إلى من هذه من حروف الجر. All of these are from the حروف الجر. ما شاء الله. So I think we've learned one or two things from the lesson today. So without wasting much of our time, I guess we stop here. We'll continue in the next lesson, inshallah, from الدرس الخامس. الدرس الخامس, lesson 5. So we are moving gradually. Okay, so let's keep up following the lessons. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. Okay, so barakallahu fikum. And is there any question before we round up, before we hand up the lesson?
No.
Okay, so based on the lesson we just posted in the classroom, we are talking about declensions. Okay, we started talking about declensions earlier up, and please let's follow up the lesson so that we'll understand earlier up. When we understand earlier up declension, you know the position, the grammatical functions, and the grammatical positions of nouns or verbs in any given sentence, and this will help you to understand Arabic better. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us.
Amen.
Okay, so we stop here. We stop here. And I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.